I first met a pianola during the Second World War when I was a small boy in the UK, and I went to a local school where it was run in a ladies' lounge room because of kids not having to go through air raids, and she had a pianola. I started collecting anything for a start. I didn't originally realise that there were more than one sort of roll. I didn't realise that classical music was put on piano rolls. That was a real revelation. I've got something over 4,000 rolls altogether. Some of the early ones, a player piano roll sounds better than a gramophone recording because in the very early days of the 20th century, recordings were very crude. The piano roll could do a very good job of giving you a lifelike reproduction of the artist on your own piano in your own living room. This device is called a push-up player. It's the earliest one in my collection, dates from about 1911. It's called a push-up because it's pushed up to a piano keyboard. But once things were miniaturised enough to fit inside a piano, the sales of these plummeted. Most people think that all you do when you play a pianola is to sit there and pedal away. There is actually a lot more to it than that. It's possible to put in a lot of expression. You can put in tempo changes by controlling the tempo lever. There's an enormous amount of time involved in rebuilding a player. There are thousands of bits in it. I must admit that cracking open the first glue joint was a very nervous moment. Is my collecting developed to the stage of being a mania? I think my wife would say yes.
I threatened that I was going to divorce him if another pianola came into the house.
I think I'd say, well, I just need one or two more. There's a couple of Beethoven sonata movements I haven't got yet.
Years ago, John sort of told, when people asked him how many rolls he had, he said, oh, I've got about 4,000, but he's been saying the same thing for the last 10 years, so I have often thought, if only he collected stamps.
I don't get to sit and listen to it as much as I'd like at all, due to various domestic restrictions and also because I'm spending so much time rebuilding the latest player. If I were to also sit down and spend hours playing piano rolls, I think that I'd find I was divorced.